for what is the most critical moment of our evening, as if it can get any better. Tonight, it is our privilege to introduce someone who represents exactly why we are all here. Deven Wilson is 18 years old. Like so many teenagers, he should be thinking about graduation, hanging out with his friends, plans for the future, and all of the excitement that comes with stepping into adulthood. Instead, Deven has already faced something that most of us can never imagine. He has faced kidney failure. He has faced treatments, uncertainty, long days, and even longer nights. He has faced the fear that comes with waiting for answers, waiting for strength, waiting for a second chance. Just 3 weeks ago, on February 16th, Deven received that second chance. I have goosebumps. He received a kidney transplant.
As you all know, a transplant is more than a surgery. It is hope to restore, it is energy regained, it is a future reopened. Deven's journey reminds us with why kidney health matters, why organ donation matters, why research matters, why advocacy matters, and why every dollar raised in this room tonight matters. Because behind every statistic is a young person like Deven with dreams, with potential, with a life still unfolding. Deven, your strength inspires us. Your resilience gives us this mission face. Your new beginning reminds us that we work hard together and what we do truly saves lives. Please join us in welcoming Deven Wilson, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi everyone, my name is Deven Wilson and I'm 18 years old and a high school senior. First off, I would like to thank Nicole and the National Kidney Foundation for inviting me and my family and allowing me to be the Mission Moment speaker tonight. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here with you all this evening. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come here, but believe it or not, I received my kidney transplant just a few weeks ago on February 16th. And I was just discharged on February 27th. My doctors recently just gave me the okay to attend an event, as long as I'm careful. Dr. Ganoza, my transplant surgeon, told me that I should come and do this. He told me that I should be an example, and it's important to be an advocate and spread the word about the importance of kidney donation. So a little bit about me. It's been a journey to get here. It all started in late November of 2023. I was a healthy 16-year-old sophomore, and I was playing for my high school volleyball team. We had just finished a tournament, and at the time I was feeling perfectly fine. But a few days later, I felt very sick with what I thought was pneumonia. We went to the ER, and it turned out to be much more serious than we thought. I would end up spending the next 3 months in and out of the hospital. The hospital stay was difficult. My doctors worked nonstop to try and diagnose me, even reaching out to specialists beyond children's. I was becoming increasingly sick, and it seemed like anything that could go wrong was. Everything happening all at once. I had suffered 4 seizures that landed me in the ICU for weeks. I was finally diagnosed with 2 rare diseases, vascular HTPA and AHUS. The AHUS seemed to be the culprit and destroyed my kidneys immediately. I was going to need a kidney transplant. So over the next 2 years, a new normal emerged in our lives with dialysis. Dialysis was hard and physically, mentally. I missed out on school and the life I thought I would have. I constantly would get sick and even passed out a couple of times after treatment. At one point, they discovered I had a clot in my heart, and I also suffered a lung collapse from flash PE and was rushed to the ER. Yeah, I still showed up, even though I was felt like it was never ending. One thing that made it easier were some of my dialysis nurses, some of whom are here tonight. They are smart, fun, and would always keep a smile on my face and lift my spirits. I was very lucky to have them on my journey. Once I was finally approved for my transplant, we began our journey for a living donor. We can't even imagine the amount of support that we received. My mom would put together a Facebook page called Deven's Kidney Quest. Her post would be reaching tens of thousands of people. And my dad built a website to help educate people on the transplant process. This would lead to my high school newspaper putting out an article, and then that seemed to support and spread very quickly. We also had TV and radio interviews with KDKA, W2AE, the Post-Gazette, and an article in Forbes magazine. We were even invited to tour our local core facility and learn more about the options of a deceased donor. In that time, we know that many people signed up to be a living donor, but not all can be evaluated. They don't tell you a lot, so you really don't know what's happening in the background. So we waited and waited, and that wait was hard. At one point, during our search, we made a great connection. A woman named Jessica contacted us and said that she was signing up to be a donor. She made it through the pre-screening process, and as it turned out, during her evaluation, they discovered that she had early-stage kidney cancer. She contacted us again, thanking me for saving her life, which was hard to comprehend because I had never even met her. But Jessica gave us hope because it made me realize that there are really wonderful and caring people willing to give the gift of organ donation. Despite all the publicity and efforts to find a living donor, it was just taking so long, and I was finally active on the transplant list. I was so mentally and physically drained from it that it did not matter which phone call came first. I was going to be grateful either way. Well, I got the phone call on Sunday the 15th at 9 o'clock at night. I didn't know how to react. I was nervous and happy, but also amazed how the call could really come out of nowhere. We were admitted by 11 p.m. that night. I had one last dialysis treatment, courtesy of Courtney. And I was called down to surgery by 7 a.m. Dr. Ganoza and the team did a great job. He says we think we got a good one. And now, being on the other side, still recovering, I'm excited to see how my story will continue. As Nicole stated earlier, we are gathered here tonight to make a difference. On average, there are 13 to 7 people that die each day waiting for an organ donation. Organ donation isn't just a medical procedure, it's hope. It's a second chance, and it keeps families together and dreams alive. Right now, there are over 100,000 people waiting for the same chance I prayed for. And the truth is, one decision to become an organ donor can save multiple lives. My story is proof that behind every transplant is not just a patient, but a person who gets to live again. Through my journey, I've realized how much more important organ donation needs to be encouraged. I love and plan to become a strong advocate for living donors. When we advocate for others, we are choosing empathy over indifference, we are choosing courage over convenience, and we are choosing to believe that every person, regardless of ability or circumstance, deserves dignity, opportunity, and respect. To finish this, I would like to read a quote that I found during my journey, and I hold very close. In Isaiah 41:10, we read, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This quote really caught my eye because this isn't God telling us to stop being afraid. It's God telling us we're not alone when we're afraid. And I hate to say it, but it's hard for me to say when I'm scared or unwell. I feel stuck and I feel like I'm in the unknown. When I feel this way, I have to think of how much I can't give up on the people who've been afraid with me and how we feed off each other's perseverance. Now to y'all, if you're sitting here afraid, unsure, or quietly carrying on more than you let on, you are not weak, you are human, and you're not alone. Just like I've leaned on others when I didn't have to shrink myself, we are meant to hold each other up when fear tries to take over. So do not give up, not on yourselves, not on the people beside you, because even when our hands feel empty, God's promises that His never are. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Sit down.